Hello, and welcome to another round of AAA Axis and Allies. I've decided to play again this time as the Germans and Japanese. I think it's way more fun to play as the Axis, to be honest. I don't know, man. Playing as America is a really interesting puzzle to pick apart. Anyways, last time we played as the Allies, and we gave the enemy a $100 bid, an insane amount of bid. That was 50 per person. Insane in this game, where it takes like a whole turn of production to even get that, let alone having it on the front lines day one. What I've decided to do this time is give the Allies a $200 bid, because the AI is a lot crappier at playing the Allies. It's a lot harder for them to do. Don't get me wrong, Russia's going to be a huge problem, and probably Britain as well, just because they have so much crap. Oh my god, all over the world. But America's probably going to squander its cash in ways that may be helpful to us. Anyways, but one other rule, because the AI is so bad at naval transportation, and what they do with their naval fleet is often just insane, so America might not even really be part of the game, is we will not sink any convoys that are unescorted. If there's so much as a destroyer protecting it, we will kill it. If it's a sub, we'll only kill it if we have something at risk. So we won't strafe it with air, and that's all you gotta know. One other thing about this run is I'm gonna put in more and more cuts in between the enemy's moves, basically, or not, while I'm thinking and stuff. So without further ado, hard AI, hardest I can do. There's fast, easy. I'm going hard. Wait 1 second. Map options. We need low luck. Low luck. And we're not doing technology. I think technology's off. Oh, I meant to do this beforehand. Tech development is off. Paratroopers can move during non-combat. Well, what the hell? Choose a casualties. Yeah. Okay, this is kamikaze bad. Okay, and play. The reason I had to do this talk from this screen is because the AI is playing Russia, so and they get all the bids, so it's gonna jump around, and they're throwing units all over the base. Look at this freaking bomber, random bombers everywhere. Oh my god, that could make Britain so vicious. America's just sprinkling troops now. China in particular is a location I'm really worried about for them. They could have protected that way more. Oh my god. Russia has so much stuff. They're absolutely... Usually Russia can choose to attack you in like 2 of 3 places and probably take casualties doing it. Here, they're attacking us in 3 places and looks like they're going to win decisively. I don't know. They came in a little bit weak on this front for some reason, so... They killed everything. They didn't lose anything expensive, but they didn't get the territory, I don't think. Wow. I mean, there they did really well. Here, they should do well. They have been missing in their defense. They've had a couple of chances now to get a bigger hit. So they did take Ukraine, lots of tanks, lots of things. They have insane amount of troopers. And see, this is what I mean. I'm going to try and cut out this purchasing discussion here. 1 sec. Ooh, look at that. You can see my volume mixer. And we can talk about what the strategy is here. But oh my god, turn 1, I'm just looking around the board. Again, like I said, America kind of squandered a lot of its placements, putting them all in North America, like Panama and Alaska and random places. Surprised no one in Brazil. But all of this has to be transported across the Pacific before it's useful. Whereas anything that they put in China, for $60, you can build an army that would be pretty well unstoppable to just march in a death stack. Or at least to set up a defensive line, but not with this. Similarly, the British spent their bid building a bunch of bombers and stuff in Africa, which is safe. I don't think I can attack it in any meaningful way, which is unfortunate. If this fleet wasn't in the way, there's a chance I could. But realistically, they get to go before the Japanese, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means that this fleet here can get hit by this plane, both of these bombers, 1, 2, 3, this plane, and all just absolutely destroy the Japanese fleet right at the onset of the war. Insanely powerful stuff that is being used against us with this massive bid. So anyways, first cut. We'll see you in a second. Alright, it's been a few minutes. You can see my purchase just barely. We decided to go with 10 infantry and a fighter. Just go lots of men on the board. It's what we need. In Africa, unfortunately, we got to pull back. So I pulled all my units into Algeria. Left a token force here just so they couldn't... Well, is that even worth leaving a token force? Just for the 1 in 3rd chance. Give them something to attack. I think that we're happy to make 1 stack here. So now we're going to take a risk here. We have a battleship against a cruiser. We hit on a 4. They hit on a 3. We have 2 HP. They have 1. And if we win, we take Gibraltar. Now that's important because the enemy can probably blow up our battleship. Full stop. But a way that they can do it easily is bringing this destroyer over and then using planes. 1, 2, 3, 4 land in Gibraltar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 land in Gibraltar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 land in Gibraltar. So they have a lot of capacity here, and they have fighters here. 1, 2, 3 land in Gibraltar with the 4. Because fighters have 4 movement, bombers have 6. Sorry if I didn't clarify that earlier. So by doing this, we make it so that only the British bomber and the destroyer can get there. Is that perfect? Hell no. It's really not. It's still a losing battle, but it's better than nothing. Also, they have this destroyer pack here with some freaking aircraft carriers, and honestly, this is also, it's a 2 against 2. All of our benefits are undone from the fact that they have a destroyer, but the prize for winning is destroying this aircraft carrier, which could land as be a mobile staging point for those planes. So 1, 2, it would be there, available to catch these planes if they come down to attack our battleship. So for all those reasons, we're attacking this. Big prizes to be won if these subs can succeed. We're also attacking up here. We're stretched thin, not going to lie. Stretched very thin. This is a risky battle. Once again, we have a chance to hit on a 4 and on a 3, and he's shooting back at a 4. Thankfully, they didn't coordinate with the Russians. The Russians did not send their sub to protect their battleship, so this is looking decently likely. We haven't used this transport yet, but I think we're just going to end up bringing him in to Finland. We needed men in Poland and Bulgaria and stuff because here we're attacking. We're putting our 8 tanks. Everything is emptied Western Europe. We cannot protect Western Europe. We have to pray that our fleet wins, and all of the things in Western Europe are going over to here, to the Baltic states. And if we destroy everything around it using this air force that we've assembled, then we should be in good shape. This is basically guaranteed. I think this is guaranteed completely, and this is a little iffy. But look, that's the best we can do, man. Is a little iffy. What do they did over here? Okay, they pulled back and they have extra artillery, so that's a little bit nasty. Anyway, so good stuff overall. Let's see how that masterful plan goes, and then we'll immediately see the counterattack. So, let's maybe go in the same order we explained them. So we have this risky battle at sea in Sea Zone 13 with our battleship. We did hit them on the first one. They hit us on the first one. They have a 50-50 chance of sinking our... Or no, we killed them, so they don't get to shoot back. So that's good. We got damage, but we're going to repair at the end of the turn. Now, number 10 is really critical and probably the most dangerous of the fights we have. We did hit on the 4. They hit on theirs as well. We're remaining. They left. They destroyed the destroyer instead of the aircraft carrier, which is a small brain move. The aircraft carrier is worth more than the destroyer, but it's like more than twice as likely to die because now that their destroyer's gone, our subs are better. They shoot harder. The aircraft carrier is just, I mean, it's probably equal, honestly. I don't know what I would have done between the destroyer and the aircraft carrier. It's hard to say because the aircraft carrier is worth that much more, but we're staying and we hit, and because we hit and they chose the aircraft carrier, it doesn't get to shoot back. If the destroyer was there, they would have got to shoot back. So that was a huge win. Going on to the next one, Battle 7. Remain. We got hits. We got hits, and they missed on their 4. We hit them on a 4, and we hit them on a 3, and then they missed on a 4. Insane. Insane. A 4 is a 2/3 chance, right? We had a 2/3 chance and a 50-50. Big wins, all coming up. German Navy. Kriegsmarine, you know, that's the Scharnhorst out there doing great work. You know, and this is the Bismarck, actually surviving, but damaged. Well, we'll see how long that lasts. The Americans could always decide differently. So next, and I mean, the British are out of transport, so that's amazing. Though they might just slug it all through India now. Now let's go north to south. No, south to north. So north to south. Karelia. I think this one's basically guaranteed. Well, they did hit us, so now there's technically they could get insanely lucky, and they got decently lucky. They hit us on a 4 and a 2, so on a 2/3 and a 1/3 chance. But we sent exactly the right amount of units so that if they did that, we would still win. The Baltic states is absolutely us rolling them over with the entire Panzer Corps. Again, they hit on their 50-50. But look, we got so lucky out at sea in all of these locations that we're not going to be worried if we take a lot of infantry casualties. We need to stop getting hit if we're ever going to turn the tide of the war. But, you know, we're doing what we can here. And again, they hit us. Now, this is a 50-50 on taking the province. We really need them to miss. They did not miss. So, that means that we do not get Ukraine. We are not getting the extra 2 income. And they can blitz their tank through with air support. But I don't think they can if we have Karelia and stuff kind of on lock. And then, because we won this battle at sea, we can attack Gibraltar. And now, they can only attack us with the bomber and the destroyer because we took Gibraltar. We almost own the Med, but we're going to start losing it again here soon. Where are we going to put our planes? They have no way of getting to France this turn. I think that we stack them in the Baltics. Is that 1, 2, 3? I mean, if we put them in France, they can threaten all of their possibilities for dropping ships. But we already kind of have that. We could threaten the Americans more. Let's perhaps mix up where we send these planes. 1 to France. You can't go to the Baltics, of course, because we just took it. Well, you to Germany, France, Poland. You have to go to Poland. We're fine. I mean, look, we'll put another one here. Yeah, I mean, they only have the 2 planes. So 1 tank and 2 planes. They're losing it. Where's the plane I put in Germany? I don't just make it literally unthinkable. Now, does this go all the way to France, I wonder? I think we do. I think we send it all the way to France because this really threatens the Americans from doing anything. Because with that, we can actually get all the way to the North Atlantic. We can prevent a bunch of things. We have the ability of getting down into the Med, though it's not perfect. These planes aren't super helpful down there, but that's fine. And without further ado, I think we can do this 1 troop transport into Finland because we want to take Finland next turn and potentially hold it with all these extra tanks. I'm not sure. I don't think this transport's long for the world, but it wasn't giving us much value to begin with. Though next turn it would be great because now I'm going to have a bunch of extra units. But a man in France, we don't need him there. We'll send units there later if we have to. Today we don't. Actually, no, I do. No, yep, it's fine. You know, I'm going to leave him there just in case this picks up 2 men and we make a break for the south. Because then we grab the man from Gibraltar in France because I'd rather leave the men in Algeria. All right, done. Now we're going to place our troops. Excuse me, done. Our plane and 9 men and then an extra man in Italy. All right, let's see what the British have. Do your worst. They're thinking hard. Again, the AI, though, we'll see. Oh, my God. They're going to try and blow up our Air Force as well, and they hit us on their 5. So 2 hits. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We need to kill. We need to get lucky and kill 2 of them here. We did. And now, I think we're dead anyway, though. Because now they... Oh, no, they missed. And then we got 1 kill. And yeah, we killed their whole ground force, but they killed our Air Force. And this is what I was worried about. Remember that Navy down in here? I said, the start of the game, they're going to clear us out. And see this? This transport, undefended, we're not allowed to sink it. We're not allowed to sink it, is what I was saying the game was. So we're going to lose our aircraft carrier immediately. We're going to lose both our planes. And then they got away with the bombers. We missed on that last shot. So they got a little bit of luck against us there, to be honest. But equally as much luck as we had here. We probably had a little bit more luck in the Atlantic than they had just now. But okay, and then again, they're running away from here. So sinking this is incredibly valuable, and we're not allowed to do it. Though I do wonder, it might block my ability to even, like, technically this turn I could attack India, so maybe there's something crappy about that, but we'll see. All right. Once again, I'm going to make a cut while I think about what we're going to do for a purchase with Japan. We have $30, not much. Remember, $30 is our entire build with Japan. We gave the Axis, or the Allies, $66 each, and in the case of America, $67. And then they got to produce again. So, like, if we look at the players, the total unit value, they are dwarfing us. We have 550 units. We're going to put 30 more units of value down. And they're like 200 ahead of us. It's insane. Hopefully Pearl Harbor goes well, but look at this massive American fleet that they've built. Icky, icky, icky. And then they've also sunk our Japanese fleet over here. So I'm not sure. And if I let this continue, like, they could use these transports to pick up men and drop them here. They can use these transports here. They could use the bombers and just take some of my most valuable islands. So anyways, we'll see soon. Hello. All right, we're back. I so goddamn, I want to do Pearl Harbor so badly. There's 2 aircraft carriers here with only 1 plane, a destroyer, and this second plane is actually on Hawaii and wouldn't be part of a sea battle if we went all in on it. The problem was that all of our destroyers and battleships can't get there in 1 turn. They can only get to Wake, or they can only get to 57. And everything I sent in would get absolutely demolished by an American counterattack. A plane here, a plane here. This plane can actually get all the way there. This plane can get there. That's 4 planes and a fleet of 3 more ships. Like, it would just, everything I would send in would be destroyed, and I'd be losing 3 more planes. I only have 4 planes left, and I would be losing 3 in a Hawaiian counterattack. I would be willing to do it if I could have bought 3 subs and then attacked in a counterattack to sink their battleship and their remaining fleet, and then the naval war would be over. I would have to rebuild, but that would be fine. The problem is that my subs can't even get there. I can't build anything that can get there other than bombers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then land on Wake. But, like, that's not very cost effective. That is bad. Though they would be very flexible on land as well. The second problem is that this 5 plane force from the British, 1, 2, 3, could blow up all of my transports, and even the bombers can get all the way into here or into here, all over, and blow up everything. Like, there's no safe spot without leaving something behind to protect this stuff, which again means that those battleships and destroyers, I couldn't line them up to do the counterattack, or I wouldn't put anything down. Like, I need to conquer land. So the idea was, instead, let's buy a couple of fighters to rebuild some strength, get a little bit of men just because we're going to be unloading the island very quick. We grab some men from the Philippines, and we're going to ground pound really hard, smash through some American lines here. In fact, I could send 1 fewer infantry up into this battle and just concede that the Americans can take it back. I may do that. Jiangxi? Sorry, Awe. I sent 3 people up. If I send 2, it's a guaranteed win because of the bomber. And then this bad boy can go down to Kwangtung and make sure that they can't take this. Because I need to hold all 3 of these provinces so that these 3 fighters can't go 1, 2, 3 and then land on them, which the Americans could have done in so many ways. I know that the AI is not coordinated, but I still have to play it honest. So with that said, we're going to blow up a couple of provinces. We're recentering our fleet. The Philippine fleet can hit them in Solomons, but there's really not enough planes. The British are all around us. There's blood in the water. At least we can defend the Solomons from here if they don't block me with a single thing. So, anyways, let's hit done. Yes, conduct the naval bombard. Yunnan. Did they hit us back? They did. We're taking a lot of little casualties here and there. We need a little bit of luck to keep our infantry alive. Like that. That's nice. So now we have a better potential of killing them. We'll land. We have 1 aircraft carrier left, so we'll land that there. I'm not going to land on Indochina, but Kwangtung. I want to get this bomber back to Japan if I can. Japan is a very flexible place for bombers, going all the way out to Hawaii or all the way inland. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back. Anyways, and then Malaya marched up. It's a whole thing. So, not to mention, I'd love to go take Australia and stuff, but... Ugh. And then we need to leave these men here to prevent the Russians from trying anything, because that could be a problem. And then everything's going into Japan with an extra sub off of the coast. So that's how we're building up right now. Subs are pretty cost effective. They can help you control space, but they can't help you... Like, they can control space in that anybody who goes into this space, you can pounce them, but only if you have enough teeth, like fighters and bombers. Without enough subs, if the enemy ever overdoes them, then you can't punch into them, and you can't protect yourself, so you have to give up room. So, subs are good on the Japanese side. Very hard for the Americans to move up and grab zones. Like, subs kind of control space, whereas destroyers and aircraft carriers full let you move in and say, this is mine now. And then a sub can attack. Anyway, enough said. Let's place these units, collect a little bit of income, and see what the Americans do. You know, I suspect they could go and conquer a couple territories. Wake Island in particular is threatening for sure. They killed us there. They're killing our sub. Looks like they're going to take Wake Island. Now, we do have subs in range of Wake Island, but do we have enough? You know, probably not. Now, they went for Brazil. Interesting strategy, mate. And now the Russians are going as well. Oh, God. And they did take Karelia back. The sub is out here, though they didn't do anything about my, my little fleet here. So 1, 2, plus the bomber. That's a very interesting proposition, man. I don't know what I'm going to do with this battleship. Potentially just go and take Egypt or Libya. I can't really take Libya. I don't have the air support for that. But we don't want to do this breakaway attack in West Africa because of this American fleet. Though it's not much. It's these aircraft carriers that really ward the space. So these guys could do a last huzzah. One way or another, we're not losing the bomber. We refuse to lose the bomber. If they were smart and we attacked them, they could lose their destroyer first, and that would allow their fighters to shoot fighter to fighter. Fighter to my bomber. I don't know. There's a whole thing. Either way, though, this is interesting. Though I don't think we can take and hold Karelia, given that they have 12 men and 4 artillery. Holy crap. So we kind of just have to trade provinces and get some men on the front line here. Meanwhile, the British are stacking tall still. I mean, it hasn't changed since we last talked, but still, it's a lot of Air Force, and they've moved into the Caucasus already. And if I took Egypt with this battleship and stuff, then 1, 2, 3, they could blow us up with everything. This is an interesting game already. There's a lot to overcome, especially with the Japanese, because you'll notice that they've put their fleet in such a position that they can do exactly what I feared, basically. I can bring all my stuff back to defend Japan, but they might be able to punch through it because they've got, like, how many things in the water? That's 4 here, another 3 here. This doesn't have a hit point. So that's a lot, plus the fact that this battleship is worth 2 hit points. That's 8 points versus my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's tricky. Oh, I have this sub, though. But again, am I going to be deploying troops on the mainland to push back the enemy? We'll see, especially after the British have a chance at blowing stuff up. We'll see how good we're looking there. We could attack them with 2 subs, but that would be suicide right now. We do not have the Navy for this. And they march further back here, so that is an opportunity to take Buryatia without any consequences. Anyways, I think that'll do it for this first episode. In our next episode, we'll jump back in and we'll have the German turn planned out. So I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Ciao for now.